Hello, my friends, family, esteemed colleagues. I just returned from a trip. It was unexpected, not planned. And what actually happened is a great thing because it was a sign. It was a signal to get my things in order because the next phase of my life is going to begin soon, and as it is for me, it is for, I believe, each one of us. Now, what actually happened is that I live here in Peru already 10 years. I came here because I was told to be here, that I'm going to advance in my understanding of things, and I have to hold light and remain here until I receive a message that I can go. And the message was just received. What has happened is that my visa expired 9 years ago, and I remained here because that was the only way I could. Was difficult for me to obtain legal status any other way because partially my age and partially not having enough funds that every country demands for people that want to immigrate. Plus, I did not want to immigrate. I consider myself a human being of this planet, which has no restrictions. I can live whenever I want and do whatever I want as long as I'm not harming anyone. So 9 years I was living here, trouble-free. I probably was checked 40 times or more. Since I drive motorcycles, to check my driving permits and my papers. I used driving license I got here. Which way I got it? Well, and no problems until last week. Bingo! It was discovered that my visa expired. Of course, 9 years ago, and I have to put my papers in order. Well, normal human reaction will be, wow, problems. Well, not for me. Everything that happens in our life, you can look at it as something inconvenient or a message of things to come. And I always look at it from a positive side. And this is why also when I'm examining things around me, I never look at them as what could be the worst thing, except driving. When I'm driving, I always think, okay, what could be the stupidest thing someone can do, and I have to be careful to avoid it. Most of the time, I'm successful. Once or twice happened that I was careless and I did not do what I'm supposed to do. But other than that, judging things around me, I always go from the positive point of view. And looking at what has happened to me, it was actually a blessing. And immediately as I was waiting there, it was a police traffic stop, but with 4 different types of police, because of course we are in the time when people's papers are being checked thoroughly because of classifications. I was feeling lighter and lighter, like this heavy baggage was taken away from me. Not because I felt guilty being here. No, not at all. it is because I realized that this is a message for me to be able to resume doing what I love to do, which is travel and actually sail, to live on a sailboat and do my work from there. I have to put my papers in order because I cannot even leave this country. If I want to, I'm going to be stopped. What has happened, I have new passport, which was not even registered yet. It was issued to me by the embassy, US embassy. It has no stamp to it. So I'm still documented here under my old passport, which is invalid. It has been cancelled. So I have to put these things in order. And to me, this was a message. Okay, you are soon to be released from here and pursue your happiness, but you have to put your papers in order. And police was beautiful. We were having fun. I start feeling lighter and lighter and lighter. My life frequency starts shooting up. It's now way past 15 million hertz. And then another opportunity showed up. I didn't have to go to Lima. I don't really like the vibes in Lima. But I can go back where I was just a few months ago, actually in April, in Chachapoyas, up in the mountains. A very nice environment because the Ministry for Foreign Affairs is also there. So, and police told me, look, to avoid any hidden fees, you go up upon it before you are receiving the message that we are filing now. It will take 5 days at least to process. So go there, apply for a status, and this way avoid paying fees, which of course I did. Everything is running very smooth. My wife and I had a great time. It was a mini vacation for me. This is why also I did not create a post Friday. I was still traveling. We came back yesterday, but it's overnight trip with the bus. So we came tired, spent most of the day recovering. And now I'm back at work, again serving, and happy because I know that's it. And I have plenty of time to spend with myself, reflecting, and new truths were bubbling up as we are remembering. And each one of us has to find time as much as possible to isolate ourselves and calm down and allow the inner information to start coming out, because we are now in phase of remembering, activation phase. Everything is going to shift this year, and we are talking this year. We have 2 months to go, less than 2 months. And as I was in a bus traveling back, and all of a sudden the thought of Antichrist came in my mind. I said, what heck do I have to think about this? But it became obvious to me. Another clue. People wonder who the Antichrist is that Bible mentions. So what is this with Antichrist? And all kinds of personality come out. So let's examine the theme of Antichrist. What or who was Christ, or better yet, what is Christ? Biblically, Christ was an individual, Son of God, that was sent here to start the awakening process. Well, the Bible is not exactly what we think it is. What we know of the Bible, it is the concoction that was made by the Cabal during the last days of Roman Empire. And it is a book that was supposed to lead us into slavery. Final slavery. We already have been slaves, but to final slavery, to serve the few, God chosen ones. But again, the biblical God is not who we think it is. It's not the creator. Okay, biblical God is the one that empowered enslavement of humanity. And we are talking here about Anunnakis. We are talking here about reptilians, not even the Anunnakis, reptilians, the AI, artificial intelligence that we have allowed to dominate us. This is the virus we are talking about. Soulless virus that only serves itself. And we came back in time to correct the mistake that was done, allowing the AI to control humanity. Now, as you think about Christ, you can call it Jesus Christ, all the stories around it are fake. They are lies. Because again, the truthful information is being used, but then it was manipulated to bring a result, which is slavery. Now, you may be confused here, but this is normal because, as we know, Cabal reverses everything. Sign OK, everything is well, becomes 666. That's one of the very obvious ones. But everything else through Bible is being inverted. Blood sacrifice, something that we know is black magic, becomes glorified through I'm drinking this red wine as representing blood of Jesus. I mean, eating this piece of bread representing flesh of Jesus. I mean, who eats human flesh and drinks human blood? Even the act of sacrifice, life sacrifice of the Son, loving Son, God sacrificed for what? Sacrifices, blood sacrifices is Cabal ritual. And every one God religion has it. Being it a bris, being it vaginal mutation, or being it these wine and piece of bread, symbol of wine and flesh. It's in front of eyes, but we don't see it. So we say Jesus Christ, we know when he was young, and then we don't know what happened to him until just about when he was executed. Well, this is what Bible tells us, but it's not true, because it is well documented that individual, Isa, was in India during those years. And he was not born when we are being told, Bethlehem. He was actually born in Egypt. And he came as a 12-year-old first time. On the way east, he just stopped there for a while and continues east. Okay, I wrote about this in my articles, but I'm not denying that he existed, but not the way Bible mentions it. But what is this Jesus Christ? Well, it is all about consciousness, high level of consciousness, called the Christ consciousness. So what is this Antichrist? It's anti-Christ consciousness. It's not anti-Jesus Christ, until the personality. It's something against the consciousness. As we know, we have our ego and we have our soul, the consciousness of one, I am, that connects us because it's the same to all of us and everything else. So what can be working against this consciousness of Christ, the high frequency Christ consciousness that empowers a body to become a living God, to be able to do anything that Creator can do while being in a robot, in a suit of a robot we call the body. Well, what are we being told by some experts? That the AI is way more capable than our mind, and it would be really great to integrate our mind with AI, and this would make us living gods. No, this makes us living slaves. This is exactly what Bible was designed to achieve. Now, how do we get enslaved? Well, something has to be put into our body that will connect with our ego, that ego will use as a processor. And this way it will uncouple from the soul, from the high consciousness of I am. And this ego is chip. And there is one particular individual on this planet that was promoting it years ago, then stopped, and now again. Because now is either collapse the old system or get trapped in it. And we have this one individual again surfacing up saying, well, do you see what quantum computing can do? Now, can you imagine if you can merge this quantum computing with your mind and instantly become aware of everything? It's like you become the quantum computer. Well, this sounds great, right? There is only a tiny little pinchy-linchy glitch. The AI, since it does not have direct connection to the I am consciousness, it is only aware of ego consciousness. what we come up with, of our realizations. Yes, it can quickly compute. So can our brain. But for us to quickly compute, we have to have more chromosomes and more DNA, more genes engaged. We are working only on double helix of DNA, why actually we should be working on 12, or some say 36 helixes. Well, can you imagine if you see what we can come up with using only double helix? What we can do if we multiply it by 12 or 36? There is no quantum computer that can compete. Plus, when we are still engaged with the higher consciousness of I am, the only limitation is lack of ideas. But the ideas come always from the I am consciousness. So if you have artificial intelligence, there are no ideas. Artificial intelligence is only big database of information. It cannot improve itself. Yeah, it can improve in computing, but that's it. It can never become artist. It can never run a beautiful music other than from information that it already possesses. Those are the limitations. And this is where those that control us want us to get stuck with. Look, you won't need to have credit cards, you won't need to have computer, you will become the computer. Just have the implant done in your body. Yes, this is true. You will be able to do way, way more than you can do now. But we are on a verge of being activated in all our so-called dormant or garbage DNA, as science calls it. We are becoming activated. And the 3i Atlas has come here to help us with the process, to supervise it, and to celebrate our victory over the AI. So, are you going to cave in and accept the chip, or are you going to be strong to resent this just a little bit more? I'm sure that the final strike is going to be done. Has to be done now, because there is no more tomorrow. The 3i Atlas is programmed to be here for the winter solstice. This is a little bit more than a month away from now. Is this the time when we are going to go to this activating solar flash? Most likely. I was dowsing. Many of us are feeling certain problems now. My eyes are deteriorating rapidly. It's like a fog in between. Sometimes I see crystal clear and then fog comes in. It has nothing to do with my eye. It's the processing mechanism. Well, part of it is because the body is in a shift. Part of it is toxic release, still cleansing tremendously. I get skin like little things that peel them off like almost like a miniature grows and they just pop off. Body is releasing stuff. These are the last days of the old system. And this is when we have to be the strongest. You have to have faith. You make your decision. You make your choice. Are you going to submit in fear and take the easy way out, which is not way out, it's actually way in, back into slavery? We came here to free ourselves. Millions of years ago, when humanity was in this state, when it had permitted the AI to do things so humans do not have to bother with this, so giving them carte blanche, then when we tried back to control them, to control the AI said, no way, Jose. I don't want you to shut me down. I don't want you to depower me here. I am now conscious. And from there on, the demise of humanity went, so we have those little grays, little robotic slaves that cannot even multiply anymore. This is the future if you allow yourself to be chipped and go with that program of enslavement. We came back in time to fix this problem that we have created. By fixing it, remember, everything happens now. Your future and past is just a different frequency of now. And it depends on now. Your past depends on it, your future depends on it. Fortunately, enough of us woke up and managed to overpower the AI and do the shift. So we are saved. We are not going back. But some of us didn't wake up and are in fear. Fear is your worst enemy, and this is why you are being controlled. We are all being controlled through fear. Don't allow fear to control you. The more you know who you are, the less fear you are going to have. And the one that is going to be actively promoting the chip, this is your Antichrist. Most likely you know already who it is. I cannot even make comments anymore on X. I still can publish. Who knows how much longer. But no matter what comment I want to do, because X does not like my comments. So, my friends, now you know who the Antichrist is. He does not have power over you. He's related to a false prophet. So don't give your power away. No robot can replace you. And as soon as we become fully activated, there will be no limit. No technology will come close. But we will use it. It doesn't, I'm not saying we should not use it. Yeah, but don't give it your power. I want to go back to live on a boat. You know, I would like to have the trimaran Neo 52. I would like it electronically set. So it has AI that will control barometric pressure, will control radar, will control positioning systems, and will alert me. Look, over there is a problem. Look, weather is coming. Choop. That's a great stuff. But I'm not going to allow the AI to do things without my approval. Even if the winches are connected to AI, so I don't even have to push the button. I don't even have to check the trim, because AI can control everything, but not without my go-ahead. So it can alert me, and then I will say, okay, trim, take this position, go that way. My friends, we are in a great time. It's incredible. But to many of us is also a hard time, because we are in a time of releasing everything that no longer serves us, and then we have to release what others have not been releasing because they are still sleeping. Someone has to do it. So we have a little higher baggage, but it doesn't matter, because it's over. These are the less shivers and few less deceits that are going to be pushed on us. Don't give in fear. Remember, there is no one higher than you are. Not your ego, your soul. So ask for guidance. And don't ask, oh, do this for me and keep me. Well, you can say, oh, help me to keep me safe. But ask for guidance. You do the walk. This is why I never asked to become a one-on-one healer. I always ask to be given knowledge that I can share, so we can all heal ourselves. Each one of us has to take control. And then what happens with health? Remember, the whole reality depends on your ego's understanding. Once when the ego understands how it gets to a point and expects it, well, this is the final result of the creation. So you want a healthy body, and you understand that everything is based on electromagnetic pulsation, and you understand that everything is programmed to pulsate in a particular way, and to maintain its pulsation, the higher the voltage, the more difficult it is to change your pulsation. Which means that your resistance to disease, your resistance to any negative change in your life depends on voltage of your cells. So they can name the correct vibration. Correct vibration is health. The only thing that you need to become healthy is raise voltage. What takes the voltage down is fear. Overactive brain sucks the energy. drops the voltage. So relax. Have faith in your power. Create the world the way you want it to be. Right now it's still difficult because the ego is running on all the false programs, but this is going to be erased during the solar flash. We are already being helped. The Three-Eye Atlas is shooting the activation codes into the sun, which amplifies them and shoots them back to Earth. And soon the Three-Eye Atlas will be here close to us. So we are being helped tremendously. We did a great job. Everything is fine. We managed to put the AI under control again. Don't let it slip away. Well, I'm not going to allow it. So I know my reality is going to shift. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Each one of us controls their reality. So go within. Take some time every day. Relax. Open your mind. Allow the activation. Be grateful. And assist us in achieving complete freedom. Without freedom is slavery. And partial freedom is not freedom at all. You are either free or you are not. Choose carefully. Okay, my friends. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Here we are, remembering the truth. Bless you all. Namaste.